Frequencies, everybody. Going to be very brief, hopefully, unless spirit comes through and give me a message to share. Because today I am only drinking water and resting. It's the only thing I want to do is today just drink water and rest. But I had a midday dream. I was listening to Seven Bomar, and I fell asleep listening to it. And then I had this dream that was extremely powerful. I can even still feel the energy from it. And lately, my dreams have been definitely more of, I would say, revelations, kind of, and intuitive messages, as well as it has been maybe foreseeing things and seeing things in the future, and that's what has been going on lately. But in this dream, I'm gonna get into it. That's why I named it powers, the true awake, new powers, the true awake Kundalini awakening. Because in this dream, I remember being with, I think, two people, maybe three, but I was given some powers. I was given the ability to levitate, and from being able to levitate to freely fly. And being able to fly felt like energy coming from the bottom, the sole of your feet, and raising all the way up through your body, like hitting maybe even midway, like maybe as your solar plexus. And then once it hits your solar plexus, it's just like you just start to raise up. And then you can just, levitate and glide across, in the air from side to side on the floor, off the floor. And so I had that experience, and I was just lifting up, and I was like, wow, I was able to do it just freely. I would feel the energy just raise up, and then next thing you know, I'm just levitating, gliding across the floor, side to side. And I was like, wow, I love this. And I remember when I first received those powers, I had to come against this opposing energy force. And we battled. I won, but then it was this teacher in my dream, and the one who endowed me with these powers told me that I should not allow people to see me doing this. He was like, don't let people see you with these powers. Like, you just can't be out doing this. And he said the energy will rise up, and you're going to want to levitate. You're going to want to fly. You're going to have to resist the urge of wanting to fly. And I'm saying that it wasn't really a person. It was almost like, how you have that inner knowing, that intuitive voice, that discerning spirit within you, that is that divine nature of telling you, what to do, what not to do. And that's what it was. It wasn't actually a physical person that I saw. It was just a divine message that I knew that was what I was supposed to do. So I was like, okay, I'll just make sure that I only, do this in private, and also, just practice containing and receiving all the uploads I'm supposed to receive. So I received one upload, and I felt, like I told you before, the energy rising from the bottom of my feet all the way up to my solar plexus. And then I was on my stomach. It raised me up. And then I was on my stomach, and then I just started spinning around really fast. And you would think that the spinning would have made me dizzy. It did not. It was that spinning, that centripetal force, that circular motion. It was putting in me more powers. It was like upgrading me and preparing me for when I really have to battle against someone who is an opposing force. And so each time that I was doing that, it was making me stronger. So I remember being somewhere, but I was, in this bed, and the bed was almost like a tent over it. It had like this curtain or sheets that was over it, like almost like a canopy bed. And so I'm sitting on the bed, and I remember I was reading and just, focusing on my energy. I wasn't thinking about or caring about anything that was going on around me. And so this car pulled up. It was like two guys in this Corvette, and I was like, "What is going on?" Now, mind you, this is a drink. So I'm in the bed. Two guys in Corvette pull up, and then they reverse back, and then I say it's like my spirit team who were with me showed up, and then we end up being at this like restaurant hall or brunch hall or something, preparing for an evening to have dinner or something like that. But I could feel opposing forces in the area. It was almost like that they're around, even though you can't see them, you can feel the energy of those people who are around who don't like your energy. And we feel that here in this world too. So I had forgot something. And I couldn't remember, but they were the opposing forces, I could feel them getting closer and closer. So I told the spirit team that was with me to, let's come together, let's hold hands, and then sit in my bed, hold hands so I can remove us from where we were, because it was like we were getting ready to get attacked. And I had the ability to teleport. So we held hands, and I told them all to think about like just somewhere close. I said, we're somewhere close. And they was like, the park. I was like, okay, we're gonna move to the park. So we all thought about the park, and then we teleported to the park. So we get there, the bed was there, but when I'm not on the bed would vanish within a matter of a few, minutes. I said, the bed is here, but it'll leave and go back to its original location. Only the people who came with me will stay. So we were at this banquet hall. Now, being at this banquet hall, it was a guy there at this banquet hall. And it was like immediately, like when he saw me, he wanted to like just start being really mean, criticizing. He was just saying mean things. And I could feel, I felt my energy raising up in me, because not only could I levitate and fly, like I had other powers, like teleporting. I was really strong as well. Like I could pick up things, I could, hit people. I could, just like an Avenger or something. Like you could hit people and they fly across the room. Like I had all these superpowers that I could use. And each time that I would spin or centrifuge around in the air, it would make me even stronger and give me more powers. So while he was talking, I was getting very upset, and I could feel the energy rising. And one of the spirit guys that traveled with me was saying, no, don't do it. He doesn't have any powers. Don't do it. Because I was thinking that, he was trying to provoke me, and then we were going to get into like a battle. And she was like, no, he doesn't have any powers. He's just talking. He doesn't have any powers. And I was like, man, he talking like he really can like beat me up. Like he really got power. And she was like, no, don't waste your time. Don't waste your energy. So I was like, okay. So we were helping to set plates down and clean up this area where people had dinner or something. We were cleaning up. It was really weird. But I went back to get a bag that I had. So when I'm going back to get this bag that I had, I run into this guy again. And this time he's with his girlfriend, and he's talking reckless. He's talking real reckless. And so it was taking everything that I could to contain myself. And then that's when he was trying to throw something at me. And I also had the ability to like stop things in the air. If he was trying to do something, and I was like, I can't do that, I'll be found out. So I went into the bathroom, and I had to calm myself down. I said, let me calm down, because if he sees me do anything, he's going to know. So some type of way, he got into the restroom, and he was like still trying to act crazy and be real reckless. And so I can't remember exactly what I did, but I did something. And that's when he said, what are you? Who are you? Like, how are you able to do this? And I said, never mind. And I grabbed my bag, and I went back down to the hall. to help them finish cleaning up. So I had to tell my spirit guide like what happened. I was like, he was taunting me, he was talking real reckless, he was doing things and aggravating me. And she was like, oh my God, like we're gonna have to go, because if he saw that, we don't know who he may tell, and then the information will be out on what you can do. And I was like, oh God, like that. So next thing I know, from there, it goes to me being in the bed. Now, like I told you before, I was listening to Seven Bomar when I went to sleep. And I had my phone like on a pillow that was behind me on the bed. So in the dream, I'm back laying down. But then it's like I wake up. This was a dream within a dream. I wake up to reach back and pick up my phone and turn it off, but it still was going. Now I reach back with the other hand to pick up the phone, and I had another iPhone. And every time that I would pick up, I would have another phone. And within that moment, I had like 3 iPhones in my hand, and I became lucid at that point. And I was like, okay, this is a dream because I only have one phone. And this isn't logical that I picked up 3 phones and I'm still laying in the bed. And then it got to the point where I knew I was asleep. So I was like, okay, I got to wake up. Let me wake up. And then I kind of shook myself, and then I woke up here in this world. Right. So the dream was very interesting. I'm equating these powers that were given to me as powers that's given to all of us. I'm not taking the Kundalini energy awakening for granted, and but I am looking at it from a perspective of most people, and what has been taught. I know previously what has been taught is for us to focus on pulling in from the perineum and raising that energy up. But what I received in the dream is the energy starting at the base of my feet, which is at the root. In my regard, the root, the bottom of your feet starts the process, starts being grounded. And you may not want to call it the root chakra, and that's fine. You don't have to. I don't even care about using words and calling stuff chakras and all that shit. I really don't even care. I just know what's given to me in the dream, and you can call it what you want to call it. But starting at your base, the sole of your feet, and being grounded and working that energy all the way up through your legs, all the way up to your pelvis, to your stomach, and then feeling it, right above the navel, in that area, feeling that energy there. That's where I felt it. Even hearing that, that bright sun, that solar plexus, that Haru area is what a lot of people may call it as well. But that's when I felt that energy was right here in my solar plexus. And then it was able to, from there, and I can't say it's like the energy raised up to my third. It wasn't none of that. It was just from that solar plexus. That's what lifted me up off the ground. So it was more of focusing on grounding and raising that energy up to lift me up higher. And it wasn't a lot of focus on raising the energy up to the third eye and the crown chakra, because I do believe within the dream I was already working in that area. It was having to lift my lower chakras up off the ground, and then these higher energies that are above me were able to freely do what they needed to do, and that's why I was being uploaded. Also, I'm really going to be focusing more on standing up, or either I know like in a lot of different spiritual practices is you are supposed to sit where your feet flat on the floor, palms on your thighs, and back is erect. So I'm either going to meditate in this position or standing up. Possibly doing more standing up with my palms facing out, so I can really focus on bringing that energy up. And if you resonate with this, I suggest you work on raising the energy up from your soles of your feet and not from the base of the spine. And I don't know, for whatever reason that was given to me, because even doing that from the base of the spine on up, you're neglecting your legs, you're neglecting bringing that energy up from your feet. And I know that, even when you're sitting there, that's already kind of understood, and it's almost like a focus here. But we have chakras all over our bodies. We have chakras, if that's what you want to call it. We have energy fields all over us, from the bottom of our feet, all over our legs, head, arms, shoulders, back, everywhere. So I have to share with you about being intentional about raising that energy up from the sole of your feet all the way up to above the navel. And then the centrifuge, when I was spinning around, I know sometimes when I meditate and I'm at my altar sitting down, it feels like I'm in a centrifuge. It feels like I'm spinning around really, really fast. And sometimes I may get dizzy, but I continue to keep my eyes closed because it feels as if I'm receiving something. It feels like I'm being uploaded with information that I need, and I don't focus on the circular motion or the dizziness that I feel, or of that, because that could make you queasy if you push your energy and your focus into that. But I really just sit in it and continue to breathe. And I believe that's what helped me in the dream realm, because I was able to be in the air and spin around on my stomach. So making sure that you all, when you are meditating, and you may be meditating like I do, sitting up, or you may be, at your altar sitting down, doesn't matter. But allow yourself to get into that space where it feels like this energy is swarming around your body like a centrifuge. It'll feel as if this energy is just encompassing me like a cocoon. And for whatever reason, I'm receiving that, that is the energy that we need. That is the force field that's out there that is pushing in information that we need to make us stronger. And not in a sense where we're thinking, from a superhero perspective, like I received in the dream of having superpowers. But these are superpowers in this reality as well, of, strengthening the mind, strengthening the thoughts, heightening your intuition, heightening your knowing, brightening your auric field. All right. And making you a magnet for those things and those people and all of the desires that you need in order to make you a stronger person here to come to you. Strengthening your heart. All right. Strengthening that so you can be able to give love, receive love, but also to release attachments so that you're not attached to those people, places, or things when they go. We're in a reality, and we're in this matrix where people will die. People are going to transition. They're going to leave us. So our heart has to be strong. When we have people that leave, we have to understand and connect with them if you can. If you have that ability to connect with people when they transition, like I was able to do with my mother, if you have that ability to connect with their soul essence, then do that, and then you'll be able to see and you'll know that they're fine. Even, when the physical body is gone, they're okay. You'll still be able to connect with them and no problems. Not a big deal. So also giving you, as that cocoon and that energy is centrifuging around you in this reality, you're getting strength in the gut, or the gut mind, the dantian. Here in our gut, it's like our first mind. This is where we know and we feel when things aren't right, when things are, when we should leave locations, or we shouldn't be with somebody, we shouldn't be around a particular group of people, or we shouldn't be a particular relationship, or we should engage in this conversation, or we may be at someone's house and it feels uneasy and we know it's time to go, or we could be at home and we'll have this just this gut knowing that something's going on. Let's look outside the window or kind of see what's going on. This is our first mind. So that cocoon, that centrifuge of energy that's spiraling around us, is giving us a heightened knowing in our gut mind and our first mind. So I know we have a lot of focus. A lot of people focus on the third eye and the crown chakra, but we also have to give attention and understanding and balancing into the full body, because this full body is a tool. We weren't just given a physical body for an experience. I do not believe that. I know a lot of people believe that, we're just here for the experience. We're here on a mission. We're here for a mission experience. Okay. Just like I was listening to him before a couple of days ago, Seven Bowmar, when he was talking about this is a planet. We are a plant. We are here to learn different things, gather this different things, and these things are to help us heighten our knowing of who we are, because we are these physical vessels, but these physical vessels are teaching us. Okay. Netaru, the energy is built at the soles of the feet and the palms of the hands. Exactly. So we are here to utilize this full vessel. We are here to utilize our full potential. Okay. And yes, it's good that we meditate, and yes, it's good that we do breath work, but we have to utilize everything that we're given. Not just focusing on the third eye and the crown, which is good because we can receive information here, but we also receive information and release information from the soles of our feet, the palms of our hands, our eyes. Our heart chakra can release out, pulsating energy that can come out through our eyes. We can raise energy up from our heart to our eyes. So when we look at someone, we can send them healing. We can send them loving energy. We can send them whatever we need to send them. If it's somebody and their energy is opposing, like I've had this happen before. If people who are in opposition with me and I know they don't like me and care for me, I can look at them and send them energy for them to know that I know who they are, because it's not the physical vessel, right? It's just like my dream. It's not me battling the physical vessel. I'm battling against spirits. I'm battling against the essence of someone's soul. I'm battling against that part of their nature, all right? Which is also ranking high. I don't want people to think just when we talk about the all and the all-knowing, the creator or God, that is the only force or energy or entity that has power. All right. There are opposing forces. There's a pole, there are opposing forces at the end of the pole that are just as strong. All right. They're just as powerful. And that's what my spirit guide was telling me in a dream. It was like, that spirit guy is basically telling me, like, you a baby in this thing. Like, don't you go around because it feels good, swinging around in the air and levitating where they can see you, and then they recognize you, and then next thing you know, you're in a battle against something you're not ready to handle yet, because we're not finished working with you. We're not finished giving you everything that you need, and we can take that information and bring it back here. That's the thing. Don't go off, trying to be the savior for everybody that you meet in regards to spiritual knowledge and information. Don't try to save everybody. Don't try to, I know sometimes you see family members or you see friends or you see coworkers or somebody, and they're going down the wrong path, and you just want to share your light, and because as light workers, sometimes we just want to share our light. We just want everybody to, be this, that, and the third or whatever, and come on board with this knowledge and information. But everybody's not on the same mission. I don't care if it's a family member. Everybody's not on your same mission. Everybody's not on the same mission as you. We all got different missions here. We're not here for experience. Everybody have different missions. And sometimes it's just for you to sit in your awakening. It's for you to sit in your awakening and continue to acquire more information. Like I told you all, it was hard for me in the dream to not want to levitate and fly. I just loved it. It felt so good. It felt natural. I was able to do it at ease. But when my spirit guide told me to don't do it, I sat in the bed and I started reading. I continued to read and take in more information. I said, let me just sit here, read, and I continue to cultivate that. So that's what we need to do for us. And this entire walk is a learning process. I don't care if you're 80 years old. This entire experience here on this planet is a learning experience. So we have to learn how to be more humble with the information that we know. We have to be more humble in the way that we go about dealing with people, because some things that we may share may frighten other people, or they may, think of it in terms of something that's negative, and they may not understand it. I had my nail tech share with me the other day of how a family member of hers was trying to share with her significant others the powers that she has of foreseeing of manifestations and things coming in her life. And he was like, what's this? What kind of stuff is this? Like, what you on? Like, you on that witchcraft stuff and all of that kind. So everybody's not open. Even if it's a significant other or a spouse and you've come into your awakening, they haven't, then don't share everything with them. Because until you have the discernment, understanding, and intuitive knowing who this person is at their soul essence, don't share. All right. Use your powers of sending them energy of awakening when you look at them intentionally into their eyes. I do that a lot. I look at people intentionally with my eyes as a way of awakening them. All right. And you all probably do this as well. It's a very easy, simple tool that you can use. You don't have to touch them. I like it because I don't have to touch people. I don't have to do anything. They could be holding a conversation with me at Dollar Tree or whatever and telling me, oh, yeah, I saw this other night. And while I'm looking at them, I'm sending them awakening energy from my eyes and feeling their energy. I have my, feelers, which is my auric field, which I'm allowing my auric field to kind of like tap, like bounce on their auric field and kind of feel, who is this person? Doop, doop, doop. It's like little feelers that you have. And so the more that you use it and the more that you are able to really know who people are at their soul essence. So yeah, that was my dream. I didn't want to be on here long. I do enjoy having dreams in the middle of the day because they become the most powerful type of dreams. And I think the nighttime I'm mostly like resting, and sometimes I'll receive information like I have been, previously. But I think the real meaningful messages that I can really kind of receive information and pull out what is meaning from a larger perspective, from the grand perspective of not just, oh, wow, yeah, I'm flying and I'm teleporting and I'm stopping things and I'm spinning in the air and it was fun, from looking at it from a superhero perspective, but also taking those messages of that and applying it here in this realm of what those powers actually mean from where I am on my spiritual journey and being able to share it with you all. Excuse me. So hopefully something that I share with you today, you'll be able to take it, apply it in your life, and be able to move forward in your spiritual walk, not pushy, not shovey with getting other people to move in the way that your mission is set, but just for them to move in the way that their mission is set. Excuse me. So peace, everybody, and have a wonderful day. High frequencies.